I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And this is
Skid Row in a darkened room.
Skid Row from the big homie
Seven
Dusted. Because your brother Vin sucks at life. We were supposed to do another song, and that song was dedicated to the wonderful Emma Blue, who is the daughter of Seven Dusted. But
we're very happy that your daddy is home.
Happy that your dad's home. Inshallah, all the troops from Afghanistan.
Those magic tricks are going well. Maybe you can shoot a video and show us. Maybe you'll learn one.
For sure.
You can show it to us.
Yeah. So shout out to Seven Dusted. Shout out to the U.S. military. Got much love.
I'll tell you what, Emma Blue. If you can figure, sorry, babe. If you can figure out how to do a good magic trick and your daddy records it and sends it to us, we'll put it in one of our videos.
For sure. So shout out to everybody there. Shout out to all the armed forces. Now, there are multiple ways to get your song reviewed. Dear listener, my favorite one is the community option. $1 to gets you in at Patreon, where you will meet the amazing Leah of the village, the amazing Pony of the village, the mighty Helandros, the mighty Ian, etc., etc., etc. You get recruited by alliance leaders, and then you basically pull your points
Jay
together.
There?
The legendary Jay.
If he's there, you're going to get to meet one of our bandmates.
Yeah, I don't think we've revealed the identity of some of our bandmates yet, but Jay is in the band. And speaking of the band, if you're at the $5 tier, you actually get to hear the first 40 seconds of the song. We just, Sori and I, man, that's really, that pepper is really good.
You see what it's like to cook it.
Sori and I just basically finished up the middle part of the song. So the song is really about 90% done. Very good track. So $5 gets you that. We've got the Gore interview that's going to be going live in a couple days. That's coming out first on Patreon at the $10 tier and above. So that just all the different tiers have pretty cool perks to them. Shout out to our newest patrons, by the way, Brian, Jacob, Scott, Jamie, all these beautiful people. $1 patron, it's great. We love it. We appreciate it. Thank you. Now, if you're a filthy capitalist like Sori and you don't want to work with a team and you don't want to work with an alliance and you have enough capital to swing the whole thing by your lonesome, $125 at the gate gets you a song review.
Yep.
And you do that 3 times, you get down to the $75 rate, which is what the big homie did. So shout out to the big homie. And without further ado, Skid Row in a darkened
Speaking of Sori and filthy capitalists, if you go on Patreon, that is where I exclusively, once in a while Vin will jump into there, or if you have a special message for him, I give it to him. But that is where I hang out and answer your messages.
For sure.
It's not a robot. Some people are like, is this really Sori? I'm like, this is really me. Yeah.
That's funny. You should have said, I cannot answer that question.
What's this Sori? Ready?
Yep.
Beyond the reach of God's faith lies the wounded, the shattered remains of love betrayed, and the innocence of a child's body and soul. In the name of the damned, the rage of the angels left silent and cold. For I know not what I do. How can I keep inside the hurt I know is true? Well, tell me when the kiss of love becomes a lie, that this is gonna seem too deep to hide behind this fear of running up to you. These men never times have been put to rest lost again in the smile of the dawn. Breeze tainted, lost singing my requiem. Can I face the day when I'm tortured in my trust and watching as distance while the salvation it crumbles to dust? Why can't I see the shield falling into the snow? I'm falling into the sea, but still I swim for shore. Tell me when the kiss of love becomes a lie that burns the sky of sin too deep to hide behind this fear of flying unto you. Please let that in light in a dark universe.
It's not right. Well, that one's going on my playlist. Oh, I love songs like that. Oh
Wow.
my gosh. I am gonna I'm pulling up the lyrics right now, but holy moly, I love, oh my word.
Wow. That, you know, this era kind of gets, I don't know how to say mocked, but maybe derided from the real metal crew. You know, I don't know if Skid Row like qualifies as a quote unquote hair band.
Oh
But,
really?
yeah, like this is the kind of era that kind of gets made fun of a lot by, you know, metalheads, which, you know, some of it aesthetically, like I see it, but I'm not really, this particular band, this particular song was crazy, and just coming into the lead, you know, the song basically breaks out with the lead initially, which is great, because obviously, you know, guitar-wise, I just love that stuff, and I'm just getting a more fuller appreciation for the instrumentals, or the instrumental side of the review, because we're working on, you know, a song, and I know how difficult it is to write something sonically that sounds good, that kind of blends into each other, that, you know, what do you do with the
You're
mix,
doing an
all that.
unbelievable job at it too.
So, well, shout out to Sarcast is currently our producer, and he's, you know, he
Poor
takes,
him.
Yeah, he takes what we hit. Well, yeah, because it takes literal hours and hours and hours for him to.
Yeah, and like, it's so funny because, so we recorded my vocals, and the microphone was like, I had to like pull it close for some parts and push it away for some parts, and still like the audio wasn't really that great.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit disappointed with the sound of the audio when we were done. I'm like, are you serious? All that work and that's what it sounds like? And so I was thinking about all those bands, you know, that have like sent their music into us, and we're like, well, it was good, but production was bad.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but that's why you gotta get professionals on the job. That's why we got Sarcast helping us.
For sure.
This one, okay, so that Charles Bradley, the Black Sabbath Changes, I've been listening to that one a lot.
Yeah.
Put that on repeat. I make Orion listen to it with me. He likes it though.
Okay.
He just sits there. Because it's a sad song to me.
I'm waiting for the correlation to
Oh,
this
the
video.
correlation to this video is that I could listen to this one right after. Do them both back to back. I like them.
I see.
That's the correlation.
Yeah,
the correlation is I like them.
I am a real sucker for good courses. Mm-hmm. I really, really am a sucker for good courses because I just think that metal, when you have a very good chorus and you can juxtapose it with the heaviness and the raw, I just think it just hits on all cylinders. So I thoroughly enjoyed the song a bunch. And I know people are probably going to say, oh, it's formulaic. This is how all the songs sounded at that time. But there was a particular time when, like, he did a scream.
Oh, that thing was so
and
good.
it's kind of, I was like, whoa, man. Like, he carried it kind of like, you know how Maynard kind of has, like, a melodic scream? You know what I mean? He doesn't really do the Cookie Monsters thing, but there are times when he screams, but it's still melodic.
Yeah.
I think, even after hearing this, I think Maynard is the best at that, but this guy, he did a really good job doing that as well. I just thought, like, sonically it sounded amazing. The subject matter, though, and I'm seeing here on the side, there's like an official video, which I'm assuming means that this was one of their signals. This was a single from the track, from the Slave to the Grind is the name of the record.
So was there multiple topics here, or was this just a relationship song?
I actually think this is about a priest abusing him, and then the ramifications of how he's had to live his life post the abuse.
Why?
That's what I took from it.
Why do you always have to bring these horrible things, and then it makes it like you don't want to listen to the song again? I don't want to listen to a song about a priest abusing a child. I thought verse 1 was about something. Well, I was like, are we talking about child trafficking? What's happening in verse 1? And then when it got to verse 2, I thought it was, tell me when the kiss of love becomes a lie that bears the scar of sin too deep to hide behind this fear of running into you. Please let there be light in a darkened room. I thought that was like...
Well, look at verse 1.
There was betrayal in their relationship.
In a darkened room, beyond the reach of God's faith, so that there's a religious undertone there, lies the wounded, the shattered remains of love betrayed, and the innocence of a child bought and sold.
Yeah, but I guess, okay, for one, when it said a child bought and sold, I was like, are we talking about human trafficking? But then the rest of the song didn't seem like it was about that, so I thought maybe like there was betrayal in their relationship and the person was in a darkened room. They were in a darkened room, like maybe literally, and like the way that they were feeling, that they were in a very dark place and they felt like they were beyond the reach of God's faith. And lies the wounded, the shattered remains of love betrayed, like they were betrayed by the person that they loved. And
says the innocence of a child
is bought and sold. And to me, I thought, well, maybe that has something to do with how divorce affects kids. When there's betrayal within a relationship, it will affect the children.
You think that's enough to make angels angry? Yeah, I could see angels being angry at a priest doing that to a kid, but I'm not particularly certain I can imagine angels being angry at a divorce. The rage of the angels
left silent. We'll see what happened is when I heard that line, the rage of the angels, I thought of this other song that I heard recently about angels being angry.
Oh.
So I got a little distracted for a moment.
I see. I think lyrically that guy might have done a better job.
No way. Oh, the other guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant this guy.
Forgive me, please, for I know not what I do. How can I keep the hurt inside? And then he talks about hide behind the fear of running into you, which could also be just a regular relationship song. But it looks to me like there's something happened to a child from a representative of God, because it says a child is bought and sold.
Yeah, but tell me when the kiss of love becomes a lie.
Yeah?
How is that about a kid?
Well, I would assume that the guy was doing that, like kissing him, and then it turned into, whatever. And the kiss of love also...
That's so sick,
Well, look, this is actually the way I took it. The kiss of love, I think, is referring back to Judas's kiss. You betray the Son of Man with a kiss. So again, this is why I believe it's something is happening in a religious context that...
It couldn't have just been a relationship song.
Well, all songs to some degree are a relationship song. This is a relationship that he has maybe with his abuser or whatever.
I can't just go sing this in the shower, in the car, and all that.
I mean, you can change it. And I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm like completely wrong, but I doubt it very highly. Because that's what it looks like to me. You know, and he's the scar of sin too deep.
Yeah.
Like that's a relationship song. Like, man, this
Yeah, the scar of sin too deep. That bears the scar of sin too deep. Yeah, their relationship now does because he found out that she was cheating on him, or
where are you getting this cheating on him thing from?
Because it said betrayal. The shattered remains of love betrayed.
Okay, all right. I don't think that's what it's talking about, but I see what you're saying.
Like, carry on.
What do you mean?
It's just so disappointing because I really liked the song,
well,
and I'm okay with singing about betrayal and relationships.
It's just my take on it. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong.
And the way he said kiss and all that, I just really thought, oh boy, this is a good one. This will go into the typo stuff. And then now it's about some kid getting molested by some nasty ass priest.
I mean, you know, he's talking about his salvation crumbling to dust. I mean, I just... And maybe I'm reading... You know, I didn't know what was going on in 91 as far as the Catholic Church goes. Maybe I'm reading modern current events into the song. Maybe it is just a relationship song. I mean, it was the 90s, early 90s, so they're kind of... Maybe all their songs are relationship songs. I don't know.
My word, please talk in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think.
It doesn't seem that way to me. It seems to me like this is a...
Seven Dusted, what do you think this one's about? Send me an email.
Yeah, I just think there are obvious religious undertones to what the guy is saying, and so. But what he talks about here is all the precious times have been put to rest again, and the smile of the dawn brings tainted lust, singing my requiem.
Yeah, what about that?
Can I face a day when I'm tortured in my trust and watch it crystallize while my salvation turns to dust? What do you mean?
Well, what did you get out of that?
Well, probably what he's talking about here is when he was a kid and he was younger, and he thinks back to the time when he's younger, he doesn't really have nostalgia because it reminds him of the situation.
What's this word?
Requiem.
What is it?
Requiem is kind of close to what you say when you're about to die or you're going to die. Requiem for a dream and all the rest of it. The comment section will help us out with that. But it's basically like, it's not a good thing. It's kind of like a foreshadow of a pretty bad end, basically. But, I mean, it could just be his girlfriend cheating on him. If that's the case, this guy's taking it the hardest I've ever seen in my life. In the rock world, you know what I mean? Because he's constantly bringing God into it.
Yeah, but you know how there's some people that they're in those relationships where they'll basically say, like, she was the closest thing to God I ever knew, or, you know, they might say, like, look, I'm not a praying man, I'm not a church going man, but she makes me want to be a better man, like, and like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's that type of, that person is in that type of a relationship where they feel that way, and then, like, you would never expect the person to cheat on you, and then all of a sudden the person does. Like you said today, you know, I was telling you about that post that I saw where the girl was saying that her I guess it's her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's alarms were going off on his phone, and she went to pick up the phone and scroll down just to hit stop. And when she did that, he was like, "What are you doing with my old phone?" And he kind of like flipped out on her, and she was like, "Oh, should I have reason to be concerned? Like, why don't you want me with your phone?" And then you said that if I reacted like that, that you wouldn't be concerned at all. You would just assume that I was doing something.
Yeah, it's when you're trying to surprise me or something.
Yeah, and I can't, like, that's really hard for me to, like, I don't understand. And it's not like you've been in a perfect relationships where bad things didn't happen to you. So I don't understand having that level of trust with somebody.
Well, you're not that person. I mean, is that simplistic or?
I don't get it. Like, you're not the person from my past either. But if I picked up your phone and you were like flipping out about not wanting to be in your phone, I'd be like, why are you doing that? And I would start getting nervous. That would make me very uncomfortable. But But so I don't like that. I actually keep replaying that part of our conversation in my head because I'm like, how can you have that much trust with somebody?
Well, that doesn't seem to be an inordinate amount of trust. That seems to be pretty basic stuff to me.
I need people in the comment section to come in on this one because I don't know. I really don't believe that there's people. I feel like you're an anomaly to trust somebody like that.
Well, I mean, then why did I marry you? If I can't trust you with something as trivial as a phone, then good night. Just close up shop.
You marry me because you love me.
Well, trust is a major part of any relationship, right? So, like, if I was at the place where I suspected that you would do something, then what's the point of being in a relationship with the person? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you sound crazy to me. Because
I don't trust anybody. I trust you the most out of anybody I've ever trusted.
But, you know, it's kind of like the prenup thing. You know, like the prenup basically means, hey, I want to be married, but I don't know about all the things you're going to do in the future. And, you know, you're not with that. You're like, it's terrible, yada, yada, yada. So what's the difference? You're living
at the risk of looking like a really terrible person here, like, I'm not with the prenup, but that's because I'm thinking about it from, like, if the guy says that to the girl. But if the girl had a bunch of money and this guy wanted to be with her and she said, like, I want to make sure he's not with me for my money. If she was like, I have no problem, like, you know, sharing the money and stuff, but I want to see, like, is he willing to say, I don't care about the money, I just want to marry you. See, I might, you know, I've got a little bit of double standards, I think, going on here. As usual.
Well, I mean, I knew that was true before you said it. You know, it's not surprising to me. So, yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. But, I mean, I think that's, you know, again, I just don't think you should be in a relationship with somebody that a phone would do that. Relationship
would worry you?
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Especially if you're talking about marrying this person. Good night. That's crazy to me. You can't trust them with something as minor as a phone, but you're going to devote your entire life to the person and have kids with them? It's just, I don't know. That's just my opinion, you know? I don't know. But sonically, this thing was great. I loved it. I really, really like this song. And I hope there's more.
I don't understand how you can make it so that way your past doesn't dictate to you how you feel today.
It's strange to me. The other way is strange to me. It's just very weird. Yeah, like the past doesn't exist anymore. It's over. And the other thing is that person was a completely different person than you. So, I mean, what else would you like me to import from that person when we're, you know, like, that can get pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm trying to rate the song, miss. So, what do you give this song?
Okay, so for me, it was a 10. Definitely a 10. Although if it's about some nasty priest, then I don't want to give it a 10 anymore because I don't like the topic. But it was a 10. It's a 10!
9.8 for me was too short. After
it
that
was
big
definitely
solo,
too short.
After that big solo, I could have done with a double, you know, verse, you know, at the end.
There's some
chorus
songs,
at the end, but you know, it is what it is.
There's some songs that we listen to and I'm like, are you serious? This song is still going?
Mm-hmm.
And then I look, how much longer do we have? We're only halfway through it? Like, there's some songs that make me feel like that. Like, I'm done. But this one, it was like done, and I'm like, are you serious? Why would they have ended it so short? That's so short. Why would they have done that?
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I should give them a 5 for making it so short. Okay, no, it's a 10. 7 Dusted, tell me what you think about this song, and you better come with my interpretation, not Vince.
Yeah, I'll be checking the comments for sure.
I'm checking the comments too. So you people that trust people regardless of how weird they are about their phone, I need to see in the comment section that there's more people like Vin, because I found that very difficult to believe.
Mm-hmm. There you are, ladies and gentlemen. Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Gone.
To us lost again in the smile of the dawn.